The show where there are no penalties, nothing is offside, and everything is fair game. This is The Gloves Are Off.
Different face this week. Moses is away as he is in Vancouver with the Bobcats at Project Keep Straight. But one thing stays the same. Andrew Brethauer, co-host, is still here.
I'm so happy he's gone.
Yeah?
Ratings are going up this week.
I'm surprised they didn't put you in this chair.
I was going to, but
Yeah.
nope, too busy. I'm acting editor this week, so
There you go.
one thing at a time.
Decided to give us peasants, I guess you could say, the role of host of the show. Joining us, helped us a lot this year, both myself and you on the weekend. Reapers Rugby, Josh Dickson. You guys had a great season, just wrapped up this past weekend. Thanks for joining us.
We were definitely hoping to have one more week to play, but can't complain about the way the season went.
Yeah,
for sure.
Just your guys' second year, you made it all the way to the final. Unfortunately, lost by 2 points to the Edmonton Leprechaun Tigers. Can't complain at all about that, eh?
No, definitely not. And like you said, it was our second year in the league, so I mean, for us to be playing in the finals is definitely huge. But at the same time, you always want to win that last game, especially when it's that close. So.
And he's sitting there texting me over the weekend, and it's like you're sitting at a football game, you're like, hold on. It's like every second, it's like, what's going on at this game? And it's just like try after try. And
oh yeah, it was definitely tons of action and back and forth, and it was a nail biter right till the end, that's for sure.
No, it was awesome to see. Well, one team that isn't doing as strong, I guess you could say, Lloydminster Bobcats. Very, very tough start. Obviously, this is a young team, only one returning Bobcat from last year, a few other AJHL players, but with this team, do you sense maybe a little bit of panic knowing the team's 0-5, or with this year, do you expect maybe that this was what you were expecting?
I don't think anyone was expecting 0-5. Fort McMurray to me was a surprise how good they've been, but I don't 0-5 I don't think that's the worst start since 2013, and that was 9 straight losses. So I hate to say we're going to go that route, but it's going to take time, and that's the key thing. They're young kids. A lot of them are midget kids, and it's the comment a lot of people have said to me over the rink, it looks like a midget team or a junior B team playing a junior A. But you got to give them time, and that's the hard part. We're so used to now from last year and the year before of playoffs, winning, and being that great of a team. Now now we're in that rebuild stage. So this is where you kind of find out maybe if the true fans are coming out to watch this team. But it's tough to watch. It is. I won't say it's not.
Yeah, but like you said, there's one returning guy that's back. They got a new coach. I mean, basically you're reinventing the wheel with that whole team. So anything that they've done over the last couple of years, you kind of got to forget about and realize that it is a whole new squad. So, I mean, yeah, 0-5 is tough. I mean, I think they got 3 guys with more than 1 point. So you can't really point the finger and say, oh, well, their defense is bad, their goaltending's bad. Like, they don't have the scoring. Their defense is playing, but, I mean, like you said, it's a bunch of young guys. It's a bunch of returnees. Their goalies, I mean, I was looking at their goals against last night, and, I mean, their save percentage is down 825, 870. Like, there's no one thing you can pinpoint that their faults to.
And you talk to this team, there's a lot of midget players.
Yeah.
When is that not an excuse anymore?
I think for a couple more games, and then it's kind of like, okay, you've had that opportunity to play maybe the rest of this month, and then this coming from a media guy whose job is to criticize teams and you watch, and I've done it to you guys, and I've done it to everybody. That's our job. I give them to the rest of the month, and then we get into October, November, and this is where even their coaches were saying, yep, that's when we'll start considering what we have. You have to look at their team, and you guys probably know this too, that everything's new. It's not like you're filling a hole. It's like you lose a player, you fill that guy with someone else.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, go make another team, and like your entire Reapers team leaves. Now go make another team and make sure they want to be competitive next year. That doesn't happen, and it's such a challenge to try and take 24 guys, put them in a lineup, figure who all works together, who doesn't work well, what positions everyone plays. Like you are starting from scratch, and that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, moving on now, World Cup finals starting on Tuesday night here. Canada taking on Team Europe. Josh asked you this one. Do you think Europe stands any chance against the Canadians?
A snowball's chance. Europe's been really surprising the way they played against North America in the prelims. I kind of thought they were just gonna be a one-shot wonder and be out of it, but they definitely, like you were saying, it takes a few games for them to get together and gel, and I think that's kind of what Team Europe's done. Like they've definitely got together. They've played as a team and they've been pulling out the wins. So, I mean, I don't think Canada should just be expecting the World Cup right now, but I mean, Europe will be strong, that's for sure.
It's weird because I said when it first started that I don't think Europe had anything to play for because they didn't have a country. They're just Europe. Like what anthem? They don't even know what anthem do they play.
They don't even play
Like, that's the weird-
anthem for Europe, and
They'll
I mean
play-
they really can't.
See, they play the Canadian and American one for Team North America. They should play every single one for Europe. Just eat up, an hour worth of time. But with the way Canada's playing, no. They're playing so well. The goals differential is such a different thing. Europe will have to do every little thing possible against an extremely powerhouse team. And can they do that? Probably. They are a good team. They have proven they can get through the preliminaries, but this is Canada, and this has been built for this, and Canada is now built for winning gold. And look back at those years when we were playing World Juniors when it was gold or nothing. Well, those guys are now in the NHL and in the Worlds, and now it's gold or nothing. If we're not winning gold, well, that's a failure to us, and that's where we are at Canada hockey.
Oh, definitely with Canada and hockey, it's definitely gold or bust is our mentality, but. The way Europe's going, I mean, it comes down to a matchup of the two former Montreal Canadian goalies. It's Price and Halak. And, I mean, Halak was able to steal the show for Montreal a few years ago when he was there. I mean, if he comes out and has a huge game, it's going to come down to those two goalies.
Do you think Ralph Krueger, the way that he is helping this Team Europe, do you think he will find himself back in the NHL as head coach?
I think he can, just based on he took a team that, they're not misfits. They're just guys who didn't have enough for a country. A lot of good players, but he brought them a bunch of guys who don't normally play together. Team Canada guys play together all the time for Worlds. Brought a bunch of guys together and beat up good teams and did that. I think he's at least earned a shot. Maybe not so fast in the NHL, depending on what team is available, but at least maybe AHL, a junior team. He'll get back to the show.
I would say you'd probably see him in Columbus would be the first place he'll go. The way Torts sprouts his mouth off, and the way a lot of players react to him, I think you could see him looking at Columbus or one of those other bottom teams.
You guys touched on Team North America there. Jacob Trouba, a defenseman on that team. A few days ago, agent comes out saying that Trouba wants a trade. He would like to get out of Winnipeg. Nothing against the city. He just wants to be a place where he can develop as a right-hand shot defenseman. What do you guys think of this situation as well as trade requests in sports in general?
I don't think I've ever seen a guy ask for a trade request because he wants to play a right-handed shot. That this might be the first. And Babcock kind of started this whole thing with getting right-handed, left-handed shooters and all of that, and then now it's turned into this. Now guys are requesting trades for it. It seems, I get it, but then I don't get it because you have Winnipeg's building into something. They have a solid blue line, and that's where you start teams from, and you want to move away from that.
Yeah, but have you ever been in Winnipeg in the winter?
Yeah.
I can kind of understand that.
When he's saying it's not Winnipeg,
if Florida or California is an option, then okay. To me, I think it's more of a contract thing. It's his way of asking. He wants that big contract, and I don't think Winnipeg's willing to give it to him. He's not that proven. He's still a young guy, so.
I'd hold him over a barrel, though. I'd make him wait. We own your rights. You're going to be part of us, and we're not going to give you away for nothing. So I'd hold on to him, and if you want to sit, fine. You're going to be sitting around until we get what we want.
Just like Jonathan Drouin, for sure.
Yep, same thing.
With Trouba being an RFA, if a team comes and say throws an offer sheet at him, then what does Winnipeg do? Is the ball are they more handcuffed than Trouba at that time?
They're kind of, but then in a sense it kind of hurts Trouba because he can't sign an offer sheet because then Winnipeg can be like, yep, we'll take that and we're fine. Now you're a Jet. Now you're done. Now you're under contract for whatever term. You can't leave unless they trade you. So, and if they don't trade you and you sit out, well, now you're going to have larger problems. So, yeah, I think he won't. I don't think he will sign an offer sheet just because there would be so much else to go into it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think it's definitely all in Winnipeg's court. He can request and he can ask and everything, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be Winnipeg that decides. It's like I said, it's the same as with Jonathan Drouin last year and him wanting out of Tampa Bay, and he wasn't getting the playing time, and they just went, okay, go sit. And I could see Winnipeg doing that. Yeah, Trouba's a huge part of their defense, but I mean, if you're going to act like a 5-year-old, then you can go sit in the corner.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. We're going to jump into our first commercial break. When we come back, talk about Rory McIlroy, as well as the Toronto Blue Jays and a sad time in sports. Stay with us.